Published, 5:50 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 2nd of April 2019. Updated, 14:36 Eastern Daylight Saving Time, the 2nd of April 2019. London, AP. With Britain racing toward a chaotic exit from the European Union within days, Prime Minister Theresa May veered away from the cliff edge Tuesday, saying Britain would seek a further delay to Brexit as its politicians sought a compromise solution to the crisis. May made the announcement after the EU's chief negotiator warned that a disruptive and costly Brexit was likely unless Britain broke the impasse that has paralysed the government and parliament. After almost 3 years of refusal to bend in her insistence that Britain embrace her vision of Brexit, May said the country needed national unity to deliver the national interest. Following the defeat of the government's plan and a range of lawmaker-written alternatives, May said Britain would need a further delay to its EU departure, currently scheduled for April 12. And she offered to hold talks with opposition Labour Party leader Jeremy Corbyn in an attempt to find a compromise solution. This division, cannot drag on much longer, May said in a televised statement from 10 Downing Street. That acknowledged her attempts to win backing for the government's version of Brexit had failed. European Council President Donald Tusk gave a cautious welcome to May's change of course. Britain's Prime Minister Theresa May gives a press conference outside Downing Street, in London, Tuesday, April 2, 2019. May said Tuesday that she will seek to further delay Britain's exit from the European Union and seek to make an accord with the political opposition in a bid to break the Brexit impasse. May made the announcement after the EU's chief negotiator warned that a chaotic and costly Brexit was likely in just 10 days unless Britain snapped out of the political crisis that has paralysed the government and parliament. Jack Taylor, pool photo via AP. Even if, after today, we don't know what the end result will be, let us be patient, he tweeted, a suggestion the EU would wait for Britain to present a clear plan. Earlier, EU negotiator Michel Barnier offered a downbeat assessment of the situation. As things stand now, the no-deal option looks likely. I have to tell you the truth, Barnier said in Brussels. Barnier said, we can still hope to avoid it, if the intensive work in London produces a breakthrough before an April 10 EU summit. The leaders of the EU's 27 remaining countries have given the UK until April 12 to leave the bloc or to come up with a new plan, after lawmakers thrice rejected an agreement struck between the bloc and May late last year. The House of Commons has also failed to find a majority for any alternative plan in 2 days of voting on multiple options. May's statement came after a 7-hour meeting of her cabinet, which is split between supporters of a soft Brexit that keeps close economic ties with the EU, and Brexiteers who believe a no-deal exit is better than compromising. Her words seemed to indicate that she was veering away from the possibility of a no-deal Brexit, but also that she has not given up on her own withdrawal agreement, which has been rejected by Parliament 3 times. Her plan is to seek approval for the legally binding agreement, which sets out the terms of Britain's departure and triggers a long transition period for the two sides to work out future relations, after securing cross-party political support for a vision of those future ties between the UK and the EU. If she and Corbyn fail to reach agreement, May said Parliament would get to vote on a range of options, and the government would be bound by the result. It is the first time she has committed to following the instruction of lawmakers. May said she hoped Britain could pass the agreement by May 22, in time to avoid participating in elections for the European Parliament. A no-deal Brexit would jeopardise trade and travel, with new checks on borders and new regulations on dealings between the EU and Britain. Barnier said the EU was prepared, but being prepared for no deal does not mean that there will be no disruption. Businesses have warned that the economic impact in Britain could be devastating. Ford of Europe chairman Stephen Armstrong said, a no-deal Brexit would be a disaster for the automotive industry in the UK. Armstrong that if the UK can't work out a deal on leaving the EU that guarantees frictionless trade, the vehicle maker will have to consider seriously the long-term future of our investments in the country. Edwin Morgan, Interim Director General of Business Group the Institute of Directors, said May's statement was a welcome step towards compromise, though there remained obstacles ahead. We urge the leader of the opposition to work with the Prime Minister to find a solution, he said. Both sides must play ball. Britain's political paralysis, and May's failure to get Parliament's approval for the withdrawal agreement she negotiated, have exasperated EU leaders. French President Emmanuel Macron said that if Britain's politicians could not agree on a way forward, they will de facto have chosen for themselves to leave without a deal. We cannot avoid failure for them, Macron said before a meeting in Paris with Irish Prime Minister Leo Varadkar. But Varadkar stressed, there's still time for May to come to the April 10 summit with credible proposals. British lawmakers intent on avoiding a no-deal Brexit have drawn up plans to prevent Britain crashing out of the bloc by accident or design. We are now in a really dangerous situation with a serious and growing risk of no deal, Labour Party legislator Yvette Cooper said. Cooper introduced legislation, which Parliament is set to consider this week, that would compel May to seek to extend the Brexit process beyond April 12 in order to prevent a no-deal departure. Cassert reported from Brussels. Mike Corder in Halfweg, Netherlands, contributed to this story. Follow app's full coverage of Brexit at https://www.apnews.com/Brexit. European Union chief Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier talks to journalists at European Parliament in Brussels, Tuesday, April 2, 2019. EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier said on Tuesday that a no-deal exit of Britain becomes day after day more likely after the UK Parliament again rejected alternatives to the government's unpopular European Union divorce deal. AP photo, Francisco Seco, Britain's Prime Minister Theresa May walks to give a press conference outside Downing Street, in London, Tuesday, April 2, 2019. May said Tuesday that she will seek to further delay Britain's exit from the European Union and seek to make an accord with the political opposition in a bid to break the Brexit impasse. May made the announcement after the EU's chief negotiator warned that a chaotic and costly Brexit was likely in just 10 days unless Britain snapped out of the political crisis that has paralysed the government and parliament. Jack Taylor, pool photo via AP. European Union chief Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier arrives for a session at European Parliament in Brussels, Tuesday, April 2, 2019. Barnier said on Tuesday that a no-deal exit of Britain becomes day after day more likely after the UK Parliament again rejected alternatives to the government's unpopular European Union divorce deal. AP photo, Francisco Seco, European Union chief Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier puts on his glasses as he speaks during a session at European Parliament in Brussels, Tuesday, April 2, 2019. EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier said on Tuesday that a no-deal exit of Britain becomes day after day more likely after the UK Parliament again rejected alternatives to the government's unpopular European Union divorce deal. AP photo, Francisco Seco, European Union chief Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier arrives for a session at European Parliament in Brussels, Tuesday, April 2, 2019. EU chief negotiator Michel Barnier said on Tuesday that a no-deal exit of Britain becomes day after day more likely after the UK Parliament again rejected alternatives to the government's unpopular European Union divorce deal. AP photo, Francisco Seco, European Union chief Brexit negotiator Michel Barnier, right, talks to legislators during a session at European Parliament in Brussels, Tuesday, April 2, 2019. Barnier said on Tuesday that a no-deal exit of Britain becomes day after day more likely after the UK Parliament again rejected alternatives to the government's unpopular European Union divorce deal. AP photo, Francisco Seco, anti-Brexit demonstrators near College Green at the Houses of Parliament in London, Monday, April 1, 2019. Britain's Parliament gets another chance Monday to offer a way forward on Britain's stalled divorce from the European Union, holding a series of votes on Brexit alternatives in an attempt to find the elusive idea that can command a majority. Jonathan Brady, PAVAP, a supporter of Brexit, holds a sign saying, "Just hoot, we voted leave," while others continue with their daily activities outside the Houses of Parliament in Westminster, London, ahead of the latest round of debates in the House of Commons concerning Brexit issues, Monday, April 1, 2019. Rebecca Brown, PAVAP, sorry, we are not currently accepting comments on this article.